Hello, welcome to this week's art journey. I have these things are from Jazza's Pro Sketch Pack. So we've got lots of things, many things. Giant pencil. Got 3 colored pencils. These are water soluble graphite. I've never used that before. The pastel white pencil. I do have something similar to that. So I'll find out which one's better. It's a regular eraser, a kneadable eraser. What is this? Yeah. Oh, there. There's a regular mechanical pencil down here. I think I like the grip on the one that he put in the Jazzy art box, the first one he made. I think I like the grip on that better. Does this one have any erasers? It does. Got some tortillons. These I believe are all grays, cool and warm. Yes. These are, I've used these in the past. I don't still know how to feel about them. But you fill it up with water and it essentially becomes like a water brush. And they're meant to be used like with those. Well, in this setup they're used with as white paint marker. And there's all of these. I'm not sure why I'm bothering to put it back in. I'm going to put it in the case. All of these really pretty look, it's chiffon. Here's a big old step up. These are very tiny. Very tiny. Now that I have it all put away very nicely, I'm going to get this back out. I'm going to try this, but I have to figure out how this works. Wait, I figured it out. You push on that and then, yeah. Okay. I was so confused. Okay. I like how the lead goes down, but I'm not a big fan of how chunky it is. I like that. It's definitely a different way to get kind of the smudgy effect that you can get with like tortillons and stuff like that. Those giant white things. Alright, let's What else can we play with? Oh yes, let's try this. So now we have a nice dark bit. We'll just film that dry. Oh. Okay, it's dry. Alright, so let's try. Now like I said, I have this pencil thing. So we're gonna try this one up here. Alright. So this going down feels a bit more chalky. Kind of like on the finger it feels like a pencil, but like on the paper it feels a bit more like a chalk shush. Like a chalk pastel. And then this one, when it goes down, feels a little more like an oil pastel. I don't necessarily think one is better than the other. I mean, I think it kind of depends on what you're trying to go over. But they both work nice, so I like them both. Fine Flex Ender. Ooh, so it's got like a bit of like a. You can press, get a thicker line, but you can also be real thin with it. I watched the video announcement when he said he was doing this, and then I bought the thing a little while after, and I totally forgot like everything that was in it and what they do. So I'm just kind of rediscovering at the moment. Okay. Alright, and this is the medium one. So same principle, you can go kind of brush like. I'm assuming the regular fine points are going to be all that different than other fine points I've used. Yeah, they do go down nice though. Like I'm kind of barely touching. The amount of pressure you put on it definitely has an effect, which is nice. Because I am typically fairly light-handed. So the fact that it still shows up even with those light-handed strokes is nice. And that is not just like, it's not like, bleh, even with a light-handed, you know, you can get some variation. That's what I wanted. I'm going to figure out something to actually draw. And then I'm gonna do that using just this stuff.
So I used one of my resin molds to make the circle, and I had this idea to just sort of have like this little window on the page to, you know, another world or something like that. I'm sure I've seen art like this somewhere. I cannot think of where off the top of my head, but this is the idea that popped into my head that I liked the best. It's just like a real generic landscape that came to mind, and I threw some birds in there and some bunnies. I, at the start, mostly just worked with the water-soluble pencils and the water brush. As I said earlier, I'm really on the fence about these water brush things, because the brush itself is just so there's not a lot of structure to it, so it just kind of goes bleh very easily. So I don't feel like there's a ton of control, but I mean, it did what I needed it to do, and I was able to kind of build up the layers and the depth to it little by little. And it was actually, as I was going, I was really liking how it looked with just the graphite, and I knew I wanted to add the colors to it because I wanted to use as much from the kit as I could. But part of me really didn't want to, because like I said, I really was liking how it was looking with just the graphite. Like, there was this weird sort of, I don't know if it comes across as well in the camera, but like in person, to look at it with just the graphite, it almost kind of felt like there was color. Even, this is the mold that I used, it almost felt like there was color without there actually being any color there, which I thought was kind of fun and cool. I did go in with a mechanical pencil just to add some little refinements and details, and I feel like that really helped make some things pop a little bit better and help add some depth. I like how my mountains turned out, and my little birdies, and my bunnies. Pretty happy with my trees too. I don't typically like drawing trees where you can see the branches. I have trouble with that. I did then go in with the alcohol markers just to help add some more shadows and depth to it. I wanted to use those first before using the color, just to decide if I actually wanted to go in with the colored pencils, which, as you can see, I did end up doing. And I really like how all of it came together. It looks much more saturated on the camera, and I did try to play around with it a little bit, but I couldn't get it to look the way it does in person, so I just kind of gave up and left it alone. But it has this really kind of cool desaturated feel to it, and I think it's got this cool, like, I don't know, I think it looks cool. I've never really done an artwork like that before, and I like how it comes outside of the frame. Not a huge fan of how I did the tree on the left side, but overall I am really happy with how this all came together using just the limited colors and tools, not the materials, there we go, that I had. And yes, I hope you like it too.
So, this is what I've created. Let me check the back page here. Hey, it's not bad. So this is everything I used over there. The only thing that didn't come from the kit that I used was this, simply because there is no colorless blender, and I wanted a colorless blender for mostly these. So that is the only thing outside of the pack thing kit that I used. I don't know where this idea came from of having it in circle, and then it just sort of came to me, and I'm actually really happy with it. Really like just the kind of subtle color add, and then these nice little pops of color. I felt having the fall, no, I'm not too happy with that tree, but we're not going to talk about that. I can just, yeah, there. I went really light with the colors because I thought it gave like a cool, like, sort of desaturated fall vibe, and having the graphite be a little bit more present. And I really like it. I'm not sure I like the bunny butt on the outside there, but yeah. We'll just pretend it's a smudge. The Jazza Pro Sketch pack I approve and very much enjoyed. So, that was my play around with this, and I hope you enjoyed watching me play around with it. So, until the next time, bye!